How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. With the conclusion of Friday's practice, we now have a final look at our injury report of what we're looking at going into Sunday. Starting off, we have David Bakhtiari once again on the injury list, as he has been every week for the past, what feels like 2 years. He was a limited participant on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's practices with that knee injury. But considering he played just about the entire game last week against the Jets, I see him being probably play the entire game against the Commanders, or hopefully, and he'll be established as our full-time left tackle, which I hope, which can change, help with our right side, because Newman and Jenkins over there on the right side. Jenkins come back from an ACL injury. It's been struggling. We need to switch it up. Next, we have Randall Cobb. No shocker here. He was not a participant all week, and he's got a game designation of being out. His injury timeline's looking 2 to 6 weeks, which is a lot better than he initially thought, considering he felt a pop when they fell on that ankle. So it looks like he escaped a good injury scare and he's not out for the season, which was a fear when I first saw it during the game. So good to hear, 2 to 6 weeks, but obviously he's out this week. Next, we have Rashan Gary. He was a full participant this entire week. Despite that toe injury, he's been listed with a toe injury the past few weeks, but he doesn't have any type of game designation, so he's going to be full go this week against the Commanders. Next, we have Jake Hansen. He did not participate at all this week with a bicep injury against the Jets towards the later of the first half. I believe it was towards the end of the first half. He played probably about 6-7 snaps and then was subsequently removed from the game. And then Royce Newman once again took over for the right guard, which was abysmal. So I'm not entirely sure what happened with Jake Hansen, but he has a bicep injury and he has already been declared out for this week against the Commanders. Moving along the offensive line, we have Elgton Jenkins. He was a limited participant Wednesday and Thursday and did not participate on Friday's practice. I believe this is just to give him some slight rest because he is still coming back from an ACL injury. He doesn't have any type of game designation that he'll be out, and I fully expect him to play in this game. Hopefully he's at right guard and we can have Yosh Nijman over at right tackle, especially if Bakhtiari is a full go and can just play the entire game. That would be ideal because we saw Newman is not the case at guard, and Jenkins is a little iffy at right tackle. He is coming back from that ACL injury, as I stated, so it should probably move to right guard and have Yosh Nijman play right tackle and hopefully solidify that line. That's kind of been a struggle this year for us. Next up, we have Aaron Rodgers. With that right thumb injury that he sustained in the Giants' last attempt at a Hail Mary when he got sacked and stripped, he wasn't a participant in Wednesday's practice, but he was a full go on Thursday's practice and a limited participant on Friday's practice, trying to just give him some additional rest. He played last week against the Jets, and he'll be a full go against the Commanders this week. Hopefully that thumb's getting a little bit better. I believe they're just being a little bit cautious with him and just giving him some time off so he can rest that thumb. Second to last, we have Christian Watson. Has that hamstring injury. He's had the hamstring for the past few weeks. He didn't participate at all this week, and they already declared him out. He will not be in today's game at all. And with how the Packers typically handle their injuries, they typically take the long approach, and especially since it is Watson's hamstring and a second go around at a hamstring injury, they're probably being very, very cautious, and he might be out for the next few weeks going forward. Then lastly, we have big dog Marcedes Lewis. He's fine. He's just on some vet rest, but they had to put him on the injury report because he was held out. He did not participate in Thursday's practice, but was a full go on Friday's practice, and he'll be good for the game. He's just getting his typical veteran rest due to his age and trying to keep him fresh for the season. But all in all, looking at this injury report, we are getting healthier, especially if Bach's going to become full-time, and that could shift our offensive line to get a better solid line because Aaron Rodgers has been getting killed back there. But on the flip side, our receiving crew is a little bit decimated, especially with Cobby being out and Christian Watson. That only leaves Allen Lazard, Romeo Doubs, Samori Toure technically, even though he's been held out of every game, and Amari Rodgers, who has rarely played, but last week was a desperation, so he actually finally saw some offensive snaps. Sammy Watkins is still technically on IR. He did practice this entire week, and they're going to probably decide today if they're going to take him off IR and actually have him suit up before the game. Hopefully he'll be ready to go because we are pretty depleted at receiver and we could use him badly. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like button. And as always, go Pack Go.